and gentlemen, for our last but certainly not the least, brilliant, again, erudite speaker hailing from the country of Nigeria. He is the Chief Value Officer at Impact Point Academy. He is the project manager at Farm Quara, a sought after transformational public speaker. He is a certified UNESCO early child educator and also a Microsoft innovative educator. He is a memory coach, mental strategist, entrepreneur, and thought leader. He also authored the book Hack It, which is a book that shows the practical steps on how to minimize social media distraction and how to recall information better to enhance productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, to share his knowledge and resources with us on the topic about productivity hack, minimizing the negative impact of social media and technology. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we give our number one to our brilliant speaker, Mr. Emmanuel Tobiloba. Good afternoon, sir, from the Philippines.
Yeah, good morning from Nigeria. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you for reading my profile too. I appreciate you very much. Ma'am, Dr. Venus, thank you so much for making this possible. I really appreciate this, and I can't wait to share my expertise with teachers in Philippines. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir. Everyone.
Yeah, sir. How's been the training? How's been the training so far? Okay, so today I will be talking on productivity hacks and how to enhance our productivity as teachers. Productivity hack and how to enhance our productivity as teachers. So it's an exciting moment for me to do this and share with teachers how to enhance their productivity, how to be more consistent in class, how to be more focused in class, because we are in the new normal where things have actually changed. The way we do things has changed differently, and we need to begin now. We need to start thinking how to be effective in class and how to be more effective for our students. So I will be sharing my slide now to show us some things. Please confirm to me if you can see my screen. Please, can you see my slide? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You can see my slide. You can see my slide, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. So what we do at Impact Point Consulting is simple. We help people maximize their brain power and also hack their productivity. We help people maximize their brain power and also hack their productivity. So today, excitingly, I will be discussing on the topic productivity hacks, minimizing social media and technological distraction in the new normal. Minimizing social media distraction and technology distractions in the new normal. Now, the truth is that with the new reality upon our faces, it is needful that we redefine work, do a self-evaluation of our activities, check if we are not distracted or mentally drained by the tools we are using. That we should be sure we are not mentally drained by the tools we are using. Because of COVID actually brought a whole lot of things, and COVID taught us that there are strategic ways of going about things with the more than the way we think we know. So this thing, either we like it or not, there are some things that there are some realities upon our faces. Many things calling for our attention. We are in the information age where we are provided with myriads of information, and in all this we need to still stay productive for our students. We need to stay productive as teachers, and we need to be mentally alert as teachers. So now, in this presentation, you will be in this presentation you will learn what productivity is, the PNUD activities, the persuasive technology and its effect, then the 4Ds and how to minimize their effect. Also, the productivity acts. So, if you are ready, say yes. I want that confirmation that we are on the same page. If you are ready, can you say yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the state of being productive, in this context, could mean that meeting up with a target in time, crushing a or doing what you are known for before. Now, the truth is that in this new normal, it will be hard, or it is hard to maintain focus. It is hard to maintain hyper focus. Why? Because there are many things calling for our attention. There are many things we need to attend to. There are digital tools we need to use. There are digital accessories we need to access. And before we know it, these things are distracting us, and we are probably doing below par. And as a matter of fact, for us to be relevant in this new normal, for us to be outstanding in this new normal, we need to be hyper focused. We need to understand the fact that our attention is key. So, having known this, what are the PNUD activities? Now, these activities are divided into two, basically: attractive activities and unattractive activities. I'm going to be explaining this. Now, the first thing is purposeful activities. No, we need to come to that point, realize that there are some activities that are purposeful. That is 1. 2, necessary activities. Then 3, unnecessary activities. Then 4, the distracting activities. Don't forget, the major goal of this section is to provide us with productivity arc to help us enhance our productivity in this new normal. So, now, what are purposeful activities? Now, we now categorize this into 2. We have the productive activities, which are purposeful activities and necessary activities. Purposeful activities and necessary activities. Now, let's look at it. The unproductive activities are unnecessary activities and distracting activities. Unnecessary activities and distracting activities. Now, shortly, we are going to be looking at the meaning of this. Now, purposeful activities and necessary activities. Purposeful activities and necessary activities. What are purposeful activities? These are activities that require our brain power. Don't forget, this is the new normal. This is the 21st century. This is the information age. For anybody to be better in the 21st century, you must know how to work with information. You must know how to work with information. You must know how to leverage information. And you must know how to learn faster. You must know how to learn faster. This is the hallmark of the 21st century. For any 21st century learner, you must know how to learn faster, capitalize on information, and work on them. Now, what are those purposeful activities? These activities require our brain power. Please take note of these words: our brain power, concentration, and focus. They are activities we must do. As teachers, we know the activities we must do in our classes. Then, as teachers, our purposeful work is to teach. That is the primary goal. That is the primary assignment of any teacher in the world. It is our responsibility to evaluate our students among others. It is an activity we are paid to do. We are paid to teach as teachers. So it is a purposeful call for us. We must do this. We must We are paid for it and we must deliver. These are purposeful activities we have signed up to do for life. We have signed up to teach for life. Many of us are passionate about teaching. I am passionate about teaching. In the course of this class, I will explain to you how I got to this point where I teach productivity arc. I'm coming to that point, but I want you to know that if you said you are a teacher, it is a sign up for life activity. So this activity is in this quadrant. These are activities you sign up for. They must be done. And for you to be productive in these activities, you must maintain hyper focus. You must maintain high level of productivity. You must maintain high level of focus. Now, with hyper focus to be productive. So in this kind of activities, you must just be productive. So now as teachers, as we are listening to this now, I want you to start writing out your purposeful activities as teachers. What are those activities you know that cannot wait, that you must do as teachers? These are purposeful activities. Now, the next thing is, the fact is that these kind of activities are actually, they are always attractive. I mean attractive. You know, just imagine you are in your class teaching excitingly, teaching your students excitingly. You are teaching them what you know. You know, you are glad you are teaching them what you know. So these activities comes with high level of excitement. You find these activities attractive. You find these activities productive. Now the next activity is necessary activities. What are necessary activities? These are activities that are productive, but we find them unattractive. These are activities that are productive, but we find them unattractive. What are these activities? Activities like reading. You know, yes, many of us are teachers, but with my work with people in Nigeria and across Africa, I realize that many people don't like reading. Some people will tell you they love listening than reading. So we have different loves. But the thing is, nothing equates that place of reading. Nothing equates that place of reading. As teachers, reading and research should be our passion, should be what we should be one of those key areas we focus on. Unfortunately, reading as an activity for many people, it's something they don't like. Reading as an activity for many people is something that doesn't come with fun. So another thing in this category, in this quadrant, is making lesson plans, making researches. The truth is, these activities to many teachers, to many people, are unattractive. They are unattractive. They don't find joy doing them. But there are activities that needs to be done. There are activities that need to be done. There are tasks that require high level of focus, high level of concentration, but we find them unattractive many times. You know, we find it unattractive to sit down for 2 hours to read because we have other activities to do. But meanwhile, reading adds to our mental capacity. Reading adds to our mental capacity. Reading adds to our mental faculty as teachers. So we need to do this, but we find these activities unattractive. We find them totally unattractive. So the first P is purposeful activities. These are activities that we have signed up to do, that we must do. Then we have necessary activities. These are activities that must be done, but we find them unattractive. We find them unattractive. And because we find them unattractive, we are not doing them. And because we are not doing them, there's a decline in our productivity level. There is a decline in our productivity level. Don't forget, the major aim and the primary goal of this section is to show us the productivity arc to be better as teachers, to be better as instructors, and to be better as life molders. I tell people that teachers are life molders. Teachers are life molders. Without teachers, there is no nation. Without teachers, there is no nation. Okay, so we move to the next line of activities. These are unnecessary activities and distracting activities. These are unnecessary activities and distracting activities. How do I mean? Now, what are the unnecessary activities? These activities are unattractive and they are unproductive. Imagine an activity not being attractive and yet not being productive. There are activities like, imagine yourself as a teacher entering your classroom and the table and chairs are properly arranged, here in Nigerian setting, when you get to a class, before COVID happened, in a normal setting in Nigeria, you have chairs and tables. You know, it is part of unnecessary activities when you get into a classroom and the classroom is already arranged and you're still rearranging the classroom. The classroom is already arranged, the chairs and tables are arranged, but you still find yourself rearranging the classroom. You know what? That is an unnecessary activity because it has been done. It has been done, so there is no need for you to do it. So these activities are unrewarding. Who will reward you for arranging a table that has already been arranged? They are unproductive activities, like rearranging tables, rearranging chairs, you know, files that already be arranged and you are still arranging them. These are unproductive activities. And activities in this category are active form of laziness. They are active form of laziness. Active forms of laziness. How do I mean by active forms of laziness? These are activities, you know, these are activities we do when we want to parry our job. These are activities we do when we want to dodge the responsibilities we are saddled with. But because we want to tell people that we are working, so we indulge in these activities to make it look like we are working or to make it look like we are productive, but yet we are not productive. Then the next D is distracting activities. You know what? These distracting activities, 90% of us fall in this category. You know, while preparing for this section, I made a whole lot of research about Philippines. By the way, Philippines is an amazing country. Like, Philippines is an amazing country. You know, when I got to know about Philippines, I got to, you know, I did a crash course on the Philippine language. Don't worry, at the end of this section, I'm going to speak Philippine, and I hope you correct me. But you know what? Philippines as a country is an amazing country. You know, I did research and I found out that more than 71% of Filipinos are on Facebook. More than 71% of Filipinos are on Facebook. Now, in this cluster, there are features, there are entrepreneurs, there are CEOs. 71% of the population actually on Facebook. Now, I am heading somewhere with that statistics. Now, you know, we engage ourselves, these activities we engage ourselves to escape our own realities. These are activities we engage ourselves to escape our own realities. How do I mean by escaping our own realities? You know, you are in work, you are teaching, you are in the staff room, just like we said here in Nigeria. The staff room is a place where you have teachers seated, and when they have a class to go, students come to call them. That is what we call staff room here in Nigeria. So, you know, these are activities you do just to escape the realities of life. So what are these activities? Scrolling through your news feed on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and others. Browsing through a gossip blog, you know, engaging in water cooler chats, you know, chats that are unproductive, chats that doesn't have any impact directly or indirectly to you. So these are distracting activities, and as a matter of fact, this will be my focus, or this will be what I will be addressing in next few minutes in this section. So how do we curtail those distracting activities that have been brought to us by the forces of social media and technology? By the forces of social media and technology. I need to be sure you are here. If you are here, say hi. I want to be sure you are here, and I want to be sure you are following me. Or hi, if you are here, yeah, are we learning already?
We are here, sir. Hi.
Yeah, thank you. So there is a clap I teach my students, and you know, I would like to teach us the clap. So it is called love clap. So anytime I ask a question that are you there, and you tell me you are there, I'll ask you to clap for yourself. And what is the clap? Love clap. This is it. Ba ba. Ba ba. Ba ba. Ba ba. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's how we do it here. You know, we show love. Ba ba. Ba ba. Ba ba. Ba ba. That's a form of clap here. So I move. Now, discussing the distracting activities and the negative impact on social media and technology on us, this is now. I would like to say this, that this is not to relegate the good side of technology or social media. This is not to relegate the good side of social media. Or, as a matter of fact, technology is an enabler. Social media is an enabler. You know, without social media, I wouldn't have met the amazing Dr. Venus. I wouldn't have met her. It was social media that connected us. It was Facebook that connected us. And here we are today in this section. That is the power of the leverage of social media. That is the power of the leverage of technology as an enabler and an enabler. So I am not presenting this to downsize the importance of technology, or to play down or to relegate the impact of technology and social media. But what I'm saying is that we need to come to that realization that as powerful, as useful, as good as these things are, they have a way in which they tend to in one way or the other drain our mental capacity or make us unproductive. They drain our mental capacity or make us unproductive. Now, it is imperative to discuss the effects of persuasive technology and the effects on us as humans. Persuasive technology. The truth is, we are at the risk of algorithms. We are at the risk of artificial intelligence. Many times we are programmed or wired to wake up early in the morning. The first thing we do is to look into our phones. The first thing we do is to look into our phones. This is the impact of AI. This is the impact of algorithm. And why? It is possible because they were a set of people that have analyzed human condition, and they know how the human brain works. They know how to program human minds for us to keep for these technological tools. So what is persuasive technology? You know, you see here in this persuasive technology, we have tools that are enablers of this persuasive. Please confirm to me if you can see my slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can. Okay. All right. So can you see the full slide now?
It's visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. Fantastic.
Yes,
Thank you. So what are these tools? You know, persuasive technology. You know, these things are built in such a way that makes us come back. We just want to come back. We just want to go to that gossip blog. We just want to be on Facebook 24/7. We just want to be on Instagram 24/7. Why? Because there is a technology somewhere that is making this possible. There's a technology somewhere that is making this possible, and because it is making it possible, we keep coming back, and these things are leverage for advertisement companies. They are leverage for advertisement companies because by default they know what we want and they keep bringing what we love. They know what we want and they keep bringing what we love. Now, as a result of that, it becomes a problem for us to maintain high level of focus, for us to maintain high level of well-being. You know, now I would explain how this persuasive technology works. I'll explain how persuasive technology works. Now, this is persuasive technology was coined by a Stanford researcher, Brian Jeffrey Fogg. It is defined as technology that is designed to change attitudes and behaviors of the users, to change attitude and the behavior of the users, attitude and the behavior of the users. Now, you found out that when you keep using this technology, unconsciously, there's a change in your behavior, there's a change in the way you do things. Why? Because there is a program, there is a designed thought program that is making this possible. Now, so through persuasion, you know, to change our attitudes and behaviors of the users through persuasion and social influence, but not necessarily coercion. through social influence, persuasion, but not necessarily coercion. What do I mean by coercion? Not through force, not with the effect of force, but we willingly submit our brain to this technology. That is why it is called persuasive technology. In marketing, as a marketer, you must be a good persuader. If you want to be an outstanding marketer, you must be a good persuader. As a matter of fact, as educators, we need to know that we must also be good persuaders. We must also be good storytellers for us to connect the dots with the mind of our students. So it involves the incorporation of insights. Now, this is how persuasive technology works. It involves the incorporation of insights from psychology into the design of products such as mobile apps. Psychology, I haven't studied the pattern of the behavioral psychology of humans, the thinking pattern of humans. These people sit down, build a sophisticated technology that help to answer to this. Now, what are these things? The goal is to modify people's habits and belief. The goal is simple: to modify people's habits and belief. Persuasive technology requires expertise from data analysts, behavioral scientists, and game theorists. Now, let me explain. Let me use an analogy. When you want to play a game on your phone, let's say Candy Crush. Now, these games are in levels. These people understand how the human psychology works. We love winning. We don't love losing. So, now, the thing is, because we love winning, I want to play. For example, I'm playing Candy Crush. Now, in Candy Crush, there are stages, there are levels. And because there are levels, I want to win the next level. I want to win the next level. Now, imagine I am a teacher. I am to go to the classroom probably in the next 5 minutes. But because I am playing Candy Crush and I want to win the next level, I am on Candy Crush, forgetting I need to go and teach. And don't forget that I said the first P is purposeful activity. Purposeful activity. Indirectly now, this has altered the purposeful activity. This has altered the purposeful activity. How? Because with it now, you stay there for more than hours because you want to win. That is the influence of persuasive technology. That is the influence. Now, what is the role of data analyst in all this? It is the data analyst that now sum up the data. They enter the data of what they've seen and they've observed about humans. Then the behavioral scientists capitalize on this, study human. Then from there, they gather data. Then game theorists, they begin to build these things into games. They begin to build these things into games, persuasive games that we want to stay on for hours as possible as we want to. Why? Because it is a persuasive technology. Why? Because it is a persuasive technology. The next thing is, it is the effect of persuasive technology on us when we keep scrolling through our news feed. We just want to know what is going on social media. We just want to know what is happening. We just want to know how it is going and all. Please, is my time up? Hello?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
My time is up. All right. So let me quickly rush through this. Now, there's a quote here. I said, before you become too familiar with your gadgets, be reminded that information is not the same as knowledge. Equally, knowledge is not wisdom. You need to know how to guard your heart, and wisdom is not foresight. Each grows out of the other. You need them all to remain relevant and productive to maintain your sanity in the new normal. Now, quickly, what are those syndromes? What are those things? Now, if I ask how many of us are on Facebook, I'll place a bet that more than 50% of us here are on Facebook. On Facebook now, information is at a click. People want to share their joy. People want to share their happiness. People want to share their newborn baby, their new their new car, their new homes, their new houses. And do you know the effect of all this? The effect of all this is that it brings a form of jealousy, either we want to believe it or not. Like I say, envy is now digitized, jealousy is now digitized, envy is digitized, and there is a level of things that come through this in depression and every other thing. So we need to know that these forces are strong on us. They might look simple on the outside, but they are strong on us. Now, quickly, what are those multiple D's we struggle with the effect of this technology? Digital dementia, digital distraction, digital overload, and digital deduction. Digital dementia, digital distraction, digital overload, and digital deduction. Now, what is digital dementia? You know, at the mention of a simple arithmetic calculation now, we need to punch our iPhones, our calculators to do seemingly simple arithmetic. Why? Because we are now leveraging technology to do our calculation for us rather than using the brain. And in psychology, there's something called the brain neuroplasticity. It means the ability of the brain to expand. The more you use it, the ability of the brain to expand. So what this digital dementia does is that it leaves a part of our brain not working. It leaves a part of our brain not working. Why? Because we've left out those works we need to do as human for tech to do for us. So we punch our calculator to do simple arithmetic. Why? Digital dementia. The next thing is digital distraction. What is digital distraction? In digital distraction, you know, we have a whole lot of information online. You know, everything is a click away on social media. We see them, we see our friends celebrating their houses, and here we are here to build our own. A form of depression sets in. We are not active for the day because why? A friend just bought a new car, we've not gotten our own car. Don't forget, like I said, envy is now digitized. Envy is now digitized. Strife is now digitized. So we need to be careful of how we allow digital, what we see online, to distract us. So to put it well, our lives is now controlled by algorithms and artificial intelligence. Either we want to believe this or not, our lives is now controlled by artificial intelligence and algorithm. So we need to be smart and super smart, not to let our focus be stolen away sheepishly. Now the next thing is digital overload. We have a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of information we want to process as teachers, a whole lot of things we want to process, a whole lot of information we've gathered online, a whole lot we want to put together as teachers. But you know what, as teachers, there is a limit to what we can do. So because of digital overload, we have many things we want to do, and we find out that those things are mentally draining. Those things are mentally draining because we don't have enough time to do them. Because we don't have enough time to do them. The last one is digital deduction. You know, because we tend to place our life progress, our life achievement based on what others are doing. If a friend builds a house, we're like, when am I going to build mine? You've not built yours. You know, you place your life like, this person is working more than I do, this person is earning more than I do. So we are making crucial life decisions based on what we see on social media. That is digital deduction. Making our life decisions based on what we see on social media. Like I tell people here in Nigeria, not all knowledge are Googleable. Not all wisdom are Googleable. Not all knowledge are Googleable. Not all wisdom are Googleable. There are some knowledge you get, or there are some wisdom you get by introspecting. The reason you need digital detox: learn to spend time away from social media. Learn to spend time away from social media. From now to the point I got this invite, I have to minimize my activities on Facebook. Why? Because there is need for me to prepare for this presentation. Learn how to detox yourself digitally. Learn how to. So how do we change these things? Now, the first thing for digital dementia, we must keep engaging and learning new things. That is the way our brain can be better. The more we learn, the better we become. The more we learn, the better we become. Then the next thing is practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. Now, I am not guaranteeing you that this thing I'm sharing with you to stop peeping into your phone regularly and all is going to be an easy task. It's not going to be an easy task. But the thing I want you to know is that practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. The more you do it, the better you become. The more you do it, the better you become. For digital distraction, guard your heart. There are a whole lot of news on social media that we are not to be consuming as creatives. I consider teachers as creatives because teachers need their creative sound mind to be used in class. So as creatives, as teachers, we need to guard our heart. We need to guard our heart. Not everything we see online we need to react to. Not every trend we see online as teachers we need to jump into, because this thing, they are time stealers. They steal our time. Then the next thing is, never start your day by peeping into your phone. Never start your day by peeping into your phone. It is dangerous. It is dangerous to your activity for the day. You know, the moment you keep strolling online, you keep seeing things that get you depressed. A research showed that many people, when they enter Facebook, they come out depressed. When they enter Facebook, they come out depressed. Not to find yourself in that waters, you need to know that first thing first, yourself in all the things you need to do before peeping on social media, before peeping on this. Then what are the things you need to do? You have to have a to-do list like this. This is what I use for my to-do list. I write my to-do list, then I post them on where strategic places I can see them in my room, in my class, then I can be able to use them effectively. I post them on cardboard so it is visible for me to see, or I use this to write my to-do list, and once it is completed, I mark it that it is completed. Then lastly, you need to have a goal for digital overload. You need to have a goal, you need to have a vision. I need to define your information boundaries. How do you stay away from this? Then one, there are apps that can help you. The first one is Moment app. With Moment app, it is simple for you. It will help you track and manage how much time you spend on phone, how you can set your time limits, how it enables you and reminds you, and it shuts off automatically when you have set those limits on social media apps. There's a limit to it. When you have set a limit, it shuts down automatically. Like it shuts down automatically, so it doesn't have to affect you. So it's like you can even set it up in a family circle and it runs in the background. So you can go to Google Play Store, you get this Moment app, then you get it. So this is the number of times, it shows you the number of times you spent on each app or the number of times you spent on your phone. We have the Flip. With Flip, it helps you to limit your screen time. Screen time simply means the amount of time you spend peeping into your phone, checking through your phone, and replying messages. All these things sucks creativity. All these things sucks productivity. So your phone is set on an amount in case your social media applications disappear until the timer ends. So however, while the app restricts your social media distraction, you can still receive calls and texts. So this app helps you restrict your social media distraction. Then the last one is antisocial. With antisocial, you spend less time playing around with your phone. What we need as educators is we need to maintain a high level of focus. At the same time, we need our gadgets, but while we need our gadgets, we must maintain a balance. I tell people that you cannot eradicate social media distraction. You can only minimize social media distraction. You cannot eradicate social media distraction. You can only minimize social media distraction. So this thing provides you with charts that you can use. So how to be productive? Lastly, you need to have, you can use the ABC method. What is the ABC method? Take time to look at those activities that are consequential, that have consequences. You need to do them first. Then B is that you need to look at the activities with mild consequences. You do them next. Then activities with no consequences, you might do them later, like social media chat and all. You might do them later, but not spending the whole of your time on them. Then the last one is learn to delegate when necessary. It is not every activities you can do. If you have people working under you, you can delegate those activities to them. Then the next one is you have to chunk your time. What is time chunking? Time chunking simply means, okay, from this time to this time I am doing this, from this time to this time I am doing this. With this, you can track your productivity, you can track the number of times you've done. And lastly, the next one is the Pomodoro technique. What is the Pomodoro technique? Simple. Set a timer to 25 minutes. After you are done with a particular task, done or not done, you take a break for 5 minutes. Let's say I am to read a book. let's say I'm to read a book and I want to maintain my productivity, not to be mentally drained. What I do is I set a minute, or let's say a 25-minute timer. So when 25 minutes lapse, I go on a 5-minute break. I go on a five-minute break, then I come back to it. With Pomodoro technique, you can maximize your productivity. You can maximize your productivity. So I'm sorry for taking our time. So now it's time to take questions. Do we have questions?
All right, that's the crowd. Everyone, Mr. Emmanuel is open to your questions.
None so far, sir.
Still waiting for our questions. Waiting for our questions. Okay, should I assume there is no question, or there are no questions?
Dear teachers, our brilliant resource speaker, Mr. Manuel, is still willing to answer some of your queries. So if you have them, kindly raise your hand or voice in your questions.
No questions, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I'm still waiting before I round off this section. Our questions. Do you have any questions at all? You've learned about digital dementia, digital overload, digital distraction, methods you can use, maximize your productivity as teachers, the ABCD method, the Pomodoro technique, the time choking technique, how to beat the trap of persuasive technology, how to beat the trap of persuasive technology. So I want to believe, I don't want to assume we don't have questions, and should, in case we don't have questions, is it good to round off if there are no questions?
And since there are no questions, yes, Mr. Emmanuel, feel free to round up your lecture.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, this is a book I wrote that shows how we can minimize social media distraction, how to, this is going to be useful for our students too, how to remember faster, techniques on how to recall information faster. Now that we are in information age, we need to recall things smarter and faster, and we need to beat the trap of technology. So I'm going to be dropping a link to this book, how you can get this book. I'm going to be dropping the link. So I would like to connect with us. So on Facebook, my name is Emmanuel Tobiloba, just like it's displaying on the screen. On LinkedIn, same name, Emmanuel Tobiloba. On Instagram, Emmanuel Tobiloba. On YouTube, it is Impact Point Academy. Then on Twitter, it is Emmanuel Tobiloba. Then my phone number, my mobile number is displayed, and we can always have a conversation on WhatsApp. We can always have a conversation on WhatsApp. So thank you so much. I am really honored to be here. And Dr. Venus, is she here? Dr. Venus?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for this privilege to share with teachers similarly acts they can use to stay productive. I really appreciate you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir, for accepting our invitation. Indeed, we learned a lot from you.
Yeah,
there is a question, sir, on the chat box. Actually, someone asked if the apps that you presented are for free.
Yes, they are for free. They are totally free on Google Play Store.
Okay.
Only if you want a special feature, then you get to pay. I think for Flipped, you can pay just less than $1 for Flipped. So these apps are totally free on Google Play Store. So you're welcome. So thank you so much. I would like to connect with everyone on Facebook. I am Emmanuel Tobiloba. On Twitter, same name. So this is me saying Salam Monsa Patkaka Roma Monsa Akin. I hope I'm right. I'm trying to say thank you for having me. I hope I'm right. Salama Sapakaka Roma Asa Akin. I hope I'm right.
Right, you are, sir. Very
Thank you so
impassioned
much.
speech. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Salamat din po. Now,
Thank
before
you.
we conclude, may I ask permission to share a screen with
Okay.
our host?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, it is our heartfelt gratitude to present Mr. Emmanuel with this digital version of our certificate of commendation. So let me read the citation from the Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 13, Caraga, the Schools Division Office of Surigao City. Certificate of commendation is awarded to Emmanuel Tobiloba for having exhibited outstanding performance in serving as learning facilitator and for generously sharing his time, knowledge, and resources about the topic entitled Productivity Hack, minimizing the negative impact of social media and technology, of which it made significant contributions to the fruitful conduct of the activity known as virtual upskilling and reskilling of kinder to grade 3 teachers in teaching in the new normal. This took place today, February 15, and for tomorrow also, February 16, 2021, via online virtual platform. This accolade is this office's sincere gesture to acknowledge the favorable outcomes resulting from the efforts magnificently rendered by him, all for the benefit of the participants. Given in the 16th day of February in the year 2021 at the Schools Division Office of Surigao City, Surigao del Norte, Philippines. Signed, Karen L. Galanida, PhD, CESO 5, the Schools Division Superintendent, Mr. Tobiloba. We hope this digital version of the certificate reach you. Thank you for your impassioned
Thank you so much.
speech.
Thank you so much. Salama sa inyong oras.
Salamat.
Thank you.